who have sold Visa tend to be really stupid. Now, I don't know how they did in their SATs or what schools they got into. It doesn't really matter. But I do think that this is another great quarter from Visa.
Well, that was Jim Cramer earlier this morning. After the report, stock is up 1%.
Way to go to school. We all know.
Jim Lebenthal, you sold Visa?
Yeah.
You didn't just trim Visa, you sold Visa.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Let me just start by saying there's no forever stock, okay? Doesn't matter whether it's Visa, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, there is no forever stock.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right,
Give him the floor. He gets the floor. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm not sure how much grief I should take for a stock that's done as well as this has done for as long as it's done. I'm selling high. I mean, that's all I'm doing here. You know, I'll just finish real quick. You're going to come back with plenty. I know.
Have some stuff.
Yes. That you know I am raising cash. I have now raised cash with this sale in my equity accounts to 7%. That's the comfort level where I feel I'm not timing the markets, but I'm just waiting to put that back to work. You got to sell high to buy low. Look, it's a great company. I think it's fairly priced. I made my decision to move on because there is no forever stock.
Understood.
I don't remember my SATs. I don't.
That's fine.
And I think Jimmy's hilarious.
But the difficulty in all of this, now, it's very easy, obviously, to say, look, I had the stock for a long time. We just showed the stock chart. So obviously you made a lot of money in the name. The stock is not even back at its high, right? That's number one. You're selling it into what looks to be, and what I think Cramer's alluding to, is an uptrend in a name that continues to deliver. This is like Lieutenant Lebenthal.
Oh, man.
The submarine has done, it's cruising along.
How long did you think this analogy?
No, I just came up with this. It's heading into a little bit of, maybe enemy territory a little bit. Maybe there's some questions about the economy, the consumer, what have you. But you're still on the USS Lebenthal.
I considered all of that.
You did?
Not the naval analogy. I mean, that's a little.
Well, that's why I'm here.
A little tough to work with, but okay. I mean, look, no, I considered everything that you said, and I understand why Jimmy's saying what he's saying. Respect for it. Look, Joe said earlier, don't trade a quiet market. Granted, I'm violating all these rules. I want to raise some cash right now. I am now done raising cash.
You're done raising cash. You're not selling anything else. You're not trimming anything else.
That is correct.
You're just nervous that you're going to get a 5%, 7% correction?
No, not nervous. I'm excited for it.
Excited to sell a great name like that?
Give me some price dislocation. I mean, look, it's not. I made great money on it. I got to tell you the truth. It was always to me.
Look, if I had time,
always to me overpriced.
If I had time,
overpriced.
If I had time, I would tell Cramer to come down from your office, and I would tell him to come on the set.
But what are we going to do? He's going to say the same thing. I'm going to say the same thing.
Well, I know, but it'd be even better if he was here in person to lay into you a little bit more.
I just need to remind you, Jimmy, I have mad respect for Philadelphia. Went to school in Philadelphia, and I was recruited into the Navy out of the vaunted Philadelphia Naval Recruiting District.
Everyone has a different process for exiting positions. I respect yours. If you're more rules-based, or if you're looking at things like profit margin and revenue growth, this company, it's staggering. I'm looking at it right now. Since 2016, they've only had annualized revenue growth below 10% once. That was during the pandemic. They have a profit margin of 72%. That's a cash cow. That's an unbelievable company. It's up 12% year to date.
It's up 35% in a year.
I want to get Bryn's take, too, because we haven't heard from Bryn.
Cramer doesn't have the perspective of him. He just sees more opportunity, I'm guessing, the rest of his portfolio than Visa. Otherwise, you would have sold something else, right?
Hold on. Bryn owns Visa, too. What do you think, Bryn?
I think, well, first of all, I'm in camp Lebenthal on his process. So you should not fall in love with stocks forever. That being said, there are very, very, very few companies that have these kind of 65% operating margins. I think Joe was saying 70% profit margins. There's a duopoly, MasterCard and Visa. Visa's investing heavily into mining, into the crypto universe, into the blockchain, excuse me. And so I think there's companies like Costco, there's Visa, and there's just a few others that you can actually hold very long term because of the consistency of the revenue and the high margins. So it wouldn't be on my list to sell to raise cash, But Jim, to his point, if he can find another company, we'll see a year from now. But I would never question Jim's buy or sell reasons because he's a great investor.
Oh, man.
That
Bryn's
was
too
just
nice.
like,
Oh, man.
Thanks, Bryn.
It's giving me some breathing room on the desk. Thank you, Bryn. Thank you.
I should have stayed with Weiss.
You should have. I'm just not that nice, as we know.
All right.